welcome back to the Toasty Show. Today we're going to tell a story. More specifically, I'm going to tell a story because you had your turn.
Yep.
What I'm going to tell a story about today, a story about my brother and the stupid stuff we used to do when we were kids. Because it was stupid. In this particular event, we ended up in quite a bit of trouble. But we'll get to that. So, I was maybe 6 at the time, maybe a bit older. My brother is around 4 or 5 years older than me. So I'm sitting around watching TV, and I'm like, where's my brother? And all of a sudden I start hearing these little... And I'm like, what in the hell is that? So eventually this leads me to my backyard, where I find my brother throwing rocks up onto the roof. He says to me, here's what we're doing. We throw the rock up on this roof, and it comes raining down upon us, and we duck for cover and try not to get hit. And I'm like, you know what? That sounds awesome. Let's do it some more. So we take turns, repeatedly grabbing rocks and throwing them up there, taking cover. And eventually we start adding more and more rocks. We'll grab like 3 rocks, throw them up there. We'll grab 5, 6, 10. We'll just keep throwing more and more rocks there until we're just throwing entire handfuls up on this roof. And we'd get hit every now and then and be like, oh no, rock. It was a good time. We were stupid. It got so much worse. After throwing handfuls up there a few times, we'd be trading in and out. My brother throws a handful. While he's doing that, I grab a massive cluster of rocks. Mention nothing to him. I just pick up a big old wallop of rocks. And I take that thing, and I chuck it up onto that roof. And I go, Cameron, I threw a lot. So we ducked and cover, and you could hear them pitter-patter against the gutter as they came flying down upon us. We got hit quite a bit, and it seemed like it was all well and good. It rained for almost a minute, it felt like. And then, on what must have been the very last rock, when we thought we were all clear, we heard something break very loudly. And what had not occurred to us is that on the patio where we were throwing these rocks, there was a large glass table. And it really just crumbled. I mean, completely dusted. So my initial reaction, being the younger, more innocent child, was, oh no, we have to tell. And my brother was like, you know, it's glass. Can't see it anyways. They'll never find out. So we went inside, and we just sat, and we just went with it for a solid couple of minutes. But that didn't last very long, and eventually we realized that that was not a good idea. So we came back outside, looked at our pile of glass on the ground, which we had left there. We were like, all right, we'll just sweep it up. So after a hard minute of doing that, we realized that was a bad idea as well. We still have an empty table to do. So at this point, my little child self is freaking out. And I'm like, we have to tell the parents. We got to tell them the truth. We got to tell them right now. We got to call them. We got to tell them we shattered a glass table because we were being idiots throwing rocks. And my brother was like, no, no, no. We can fix this. And I'm like, how? And after a hard minute of him thinking about all of his crafty strategies of how he could get out of this one, because he did have quite a knack for getting out of these situations, he picks up a large stick. And he carries that stick over, and he looks down at the table, and he goes... And I was looking at him, and I was like,
Perfect.
Genius. Pure genius. And he comes to me with a story. He says, okay, we were playing fetch with the dogs. We took this stick, we're ready to throw it, and it slipped. We threw it straight down through the table and it shattered, and we left it there. And I was like, foolproof. So then my mom gets home. She comes outside and she sees a shattered glass table, including one large stick. We are sitting there, innocent as can be, and we provide her with our story.
She immediately went outside too.
Yes. Right to the back. So we provide her with our story, and golly, she believes it. Probably not really, but for the sake of us, she believed it. And then, myself being the one that had thrown the rocks, and thus the guilty partner in this situation, I get off scot-free. And my brother, being the one who threw the stick, was forced to pay $400 for this glass table. My 8-year-old self getting off scot-free. That might have been the dumbest way we ever got in trouble without getting hurt. That'll be all for today.
Yep.
Tell us something stupid you've done and gotten in trouble for. We'll see you Wednesday with another food race. Stay toasty.